On February 27, 2016, the Regent Park community launched the Regent Park Legacy Fund. The aim of the grants is to support residents in contributing to positive change in a way that honors local capacity building and leaves a lasting community legacy. RPTV interviewed Sahib Hassan, the grant facilitator, about the funds.
So my name is Saqib Hassan. I have been a resident of Regent Park for about the last 20 years. So I've seen the community change a lot, to say the least. And I got involved in the legacy funds through word of mouth, really, and through an application process. I was hired by the Community Reference Group to be the grant facilitator for the Regent Park Legacy Funds.
Can you tell us about the history of the legacy funds?
So the Regent Park Legacy Funds, they actually date back to the 1980s, where residents took on an initiative to support the development of a community-led community center. They were able to raise quite a bit of money over the next few years. However, these funds remained untouched because the City of Toronto ended up building a community center in the 1990s. So about some 30 years later, these funds are now being accessed, and the goal is to hopefully be able to release the annual interest for these funds in the form of community grants for residents of Regent Park.
Can you tell us who can access the legacy grants?
So the Regent Park Legacy granting opportunity is actually accessible by all residents of Regent Park. There is no age requirement. As long as you are a resident of Regent Park, and by extension have been relocated but are expected to come back, you can apply for these grants. There are some limitations to these grants. They must be going to a project or an event within the community and for the community.
What kind of projects are funded by legacy grants?
So after extensive community consultation and outreach through the Community Reference Group, it has been decided that these funds will go into three major funding streams: special events, human capacity building, and community development.
Special events.
So a special event can be anything along the lines of a cultural event or celebration within the community. It could be celebrating practically any sort of festivities, as long as there's no exclusion involved.
What do you mean by exclusion in holding an event?
One example of an exclusionary event would be a religious, cultural, or any event that boards a certain demographic of people from attending.
Human capacity building.
So human capacity building can be any project designed to train or to promote individual resident growth within the community. This may come in the form of workshops, in the form of special events themselves, or in the form of promoting inclusivity within the Regent Park community as a whole.
Community development.
So if human capacity building attempts to affect individuals within the wider community, a community development project will attempt to touch the greater community. An example of a community development project may be a gardening initiative, a cleanup initiative in Regent Park, an art initiative, anything that brings people together for an extended period of time.
How do residents apply?
There are a few ways that residents can apply. There will be information sessions dedicated to assisting residents in the grant application process, and they are meant to serve as guidelines, and their residents can pick up an application form and come meet with me as well as other Community Reference Group members. In addition to coming out, residents can also find an electronic copy of our application on our Facebook page, as well as request via email at regentparklegacyfund@gmail.com.
Thank you, Sahib Hassan, and don't forget to apply for the Regent Park Legacy Fund.